Mise en scène is a French term, literally meaning placement in a scene. According to Corrigan and White, the same elements of mise en scène can be manipulated to appear as either naturalistic or theatrical. This video essay is going to express this idea visually, with the example of two films with similar stories, The Hunger Games and The Truman Show. Both of these films are held within settings that are artificially engineered, and each of them have some sort of big brother figure controlling them. This would be Christoph in The Truman Show and the game makers of The Hunger Games. However, the different uses of mise en scène are manipulated to make The Hunger Games feel much more realistic and relatable than The Truman Show, which has a sort of plasticity. I'm going to use a short example from each film to illustrate this idea. Let's look at a scene with a fire from The Hunger Games. And now, how the same idea is represented differently in The Truman Show.
Truman, what about that sign?
You're exaggerating. We'll be fine.
Exaggerating? Would you believe that? Truman,
Hopefully you will have noticed here that the same idea of a dangerous fire is represented as harmful and authentic in The Hunger Games, whilst trivial in The Truman Show. I'm now going to look at the way that the same elements of mise en scène were manipulated very differently to produce these contrasting representations. Firstly, looking at setting, which throughout The Hunger Games is consistently naturalistic, enforced with greenery and open plain. Whereas here, the houses are almost mirror images of each other. We also have white picket fences and pastel colours. Now looking at costume, hair and makeup, that Katniss is represented as an everyday girl with her simple braid and outfit, whilst Truman looks very cliché in his suit and tie. And now to facial expressions and body language, which make Katniss appear to be living out her everyday life, while Truman be blatantly acting. Take a look at this, for example.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Now looking at lighting and colour, we have consistent use of green in The Hunger Games, which is a natural colour, compared to pastel colours in The Truman Show, which come across as fake. Finally, to the positioning of characters within a frame, take a look at this very cinematic zoom here, which makes The Truman Show again seem staged, compared to this constant changing of shots in The Hunger Games, giving it an urgency. Altogether, the different manipulations of all of these elements of mise en scène are used to create one world which is fake and plastic, and one that is terrifyingly real, thus fitting with the author's intentions and the worlds that they wished to create.